So today's video is going to be rather awkward to film. This is a rack mount Dell PowerEdge 2650 server that I got for free from a guy at my dad's work. Now this apparently has an Intel Xeon in it, and it's a really extremely solid build quality machine. All metal pretty much, so yeah, this is really interesting. I don't know what this thing has for specs. He just gave it to me and he says there's a whole bunch more stuff that I can get from him, so I'm certainly going to take him up on that offer. Anyway, in this video we're pretty much just going to be... Yeah, is that locked? Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, anyway, we're just pretty much going to be taking a look at the hardware inside this beast because I've never actually played with a rack mount server and this is really interesting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into this. I'm trying to find a less awkward camera angle. So I scooted the camera back a little bit. That's pretty much all I can do. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this machine. This thing is a tank, like I said. I'm getting texts left and right. Yeah, so the front, okay, it comes off like that. Wow, that is some thick metal. Check that out. There's a nice quality feeling bezel. It's got like a little latch over here. So there's the lock on the inside, and wow, interesting. We have a little connector on this side too. I don't know what that would be used for, but as you can see, we've got a little 4-pin. So, how does this? So that would release the top lid, I'm assuming. He said he's got more SCSI hard drives, so he's going to be bringing those to me soon. What are the hard drives this thing has now? This is a September 2002, so this is probably stock drive. 36 gig, 10,000 RPM. Wow, nice. What? Oh, sweet. So I have some of these drives already laying around, like 146 gigs. They're SCSI, ultra wide, I believe. Some fast drives, very high bandwidth and whatnot. This one right here is a Maxter Atlas, another Dell one. So this was probably sent in. This one over here, what is that? Is that another? Man, I don't even know. What is that? It's like a little... Am I missing something here? I don't get what this is. It's like a little... I don't know. Weird. But there you go. That's what that is. If I can get it back in. But yeah, like I said, he's got some other drives to bring me for this thing, so... Cool. Let's go ahead and take off the lid because I'm quite curious as to the internals of this bad boy right here. So to give you guys a bit of a better angle before I actually take the lid off of this thing, let me bring it back. I'm going to give you guys like an aerial view of it, so let's try to do that. Sorry guys, this is about the best I can do because my tripod refuses to come up any more than it already is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take off this top bezel, or this top panel. Wow, this thing has some beefy looking instruction manuals inside of here. Check that out. That's interesting. Holy freaking crap, that's some high density RAM. Good God. Wow. Whoa! This, holy crap, guys. Oh, wow. Okay, so that being done, what is this right here? Just a little, oh, to get to the IDE right there, it's like a little air duct, I'm assuming. We have two, what is that? Two copper heat sinks. I don't know what CPUs this thing has, but that is what we're going to find out here. And wow, that CPU heatsink is not all the way down. Now it is. Yikes. What is this? Oh wow, cool. Jeez, that is a huge connector. Look at all those pins. Goodness gracious. So we have some deltas, it looks like. Yep, some delta fans. What type of adapter? That is a high freaking bandwidth card, guys. Look at that. I don't know if I can zoom in on the model number, but if I can, you guys can look it up if anybody's curious. There you go. Holy crap, this thing is a giant giant piece of machinery. Look at how high density that RAM is. I'm just like in shock right now. I've actually never messed with some legitimate server hardware, so this is all new to me, but you know, quite interesting because I love messing with abstract hardware, especially when it's high-end Dell stuff, or once high-end Dell stuff. This isn't really high-end hardware anymore. However, it is still very interesting, in my opinion, but who's listening? Do these fans, are these, yep, hot swappable fans, I believe, yep, check that out. All hot swappable. I love how Dell does that design. All the Dell servers that I've messed with thus far, I've messed with quite a few, and they all have just little hot swappable fans, I believe. Yep, even for the CPU. The exhaust right there. We have 2 power supplies. I don't know how many watts they are, but whatever. Let's check this RAM out. Oh my. That is a 1 gig stick. Oh god. Look at that. Is that not insane? I've got 4 of these, so this thing's got 4 gigs of RAM. This thing might just become a Minecraft server. You know, or run OpenSUSE or something, Fedora on it, and have like a little, oh, never mind, it's not so little, but a Linux box, albeit. But, what is that? It's got a backup battery over here on the side panel. I believe that's what this is, probably. Yep, for your, I guess, the Adaptec SCSI. Something. What are these for? Oh! The whole motherboard comes out. That's insane. Let's check these little guys. These are the voltage regulators, and they are on little add-in cards, actually. Check that out. That's cool. That is really cool. Open up those little teeth. Close that in there. That is insane. This thing is a tank. Freaking monster. I guess this is for the onboard SCSI. Nah, I'm assuming that's what that is. It's just a little SD RAM DIMM of 128 megs. Pretty small. So yeah, let's go ahead and plug this thing in, and we are going to see what she does. Freaking monster. Actually, no, before we do that, let's see how these power supplies come out, because I am curious as to the wattage on either of these monsters. 500 watts. Golly, guys, check that out. It's like a big tube, and they go in there like... Talk about good serviceability, guys. Goodness. Those fans are mad. Look at the, like... Look at those. Gosh. 1.2 amp. Broadcom Ethernet. Oh, that's cool. For either, it's got 2 ports on the back. So for either port, it's got a controller on there. So I guess that's to take down interference or something. I don't really know. But anyway, before I ramble any longer, let's plug this tank in and see what she does. Okay, so we got everything plugged in, and I'm about to do the first power up of this thing. So let's go ahead and do this. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty loud, of course, but what do you expect? It's a server, not a... I got a scratch on the screen. But yeah, it's a server, not like a video editing workstation or anything. That's why my precision's so quiet. This thing sounds like a World War II tank. But, I mean, you know, this thing's really cool. I'm about to get into BIOS, and we're going to see what CPUs this thing's running. Since obviously it has 2 of them, which is really cool. I'm tempted to throw in like a video card, like a sound card, and turn this thing into like a gaming rig, an old vintage, you know. Primary 2.2 gigahertz. All right, so those are some type of Xeon. But what kind is the question? That is the question. Ah, this thing is really loud, but like I said, it's to be expected. Controller self-tests. I don't know what means. That's testing out the drives. I don't know. No, I don't want to run tests. Can I skip them? No. Reading the controller kernel. Wow. Oh, I hear the drive spinning up. These 10,000 RPM SCSI drives. Okay, so here we go. Controller started. Nothing has failed so far. Except current. Okay. The controller, so yeah, that 128 meg stick on the board is just for this. No logical drives found. So I guess that means the SCSI controller doesn't have any hooked up to it. BIOS not installed. Control D. No, I don't want to get into the remote access. So we have Intel Xeons, 4-way. Okay, so we have a butt ton around. CPU information. Alright. Crap, it is. Dadgummit. No bootable device. Let's go back into setup. I don't know what to install on this thing. I know what I should put on this thing. Why isn't it trying to boot from any hard drive? Still got the date though, look at that, that's interesting. So, you know, I don't know what I could exactly do with this because, I'm gonna have to get a hard drive, or get a OS put on here. But, I mean, whatever. That thing's cool. It's a really cool machine, and I'm glad I got my hands on one. There's probably a lot more gear for this thing to come as well. I'm going to try to pull my camera off of this tripod if I can. Dadgummit. Okay, my bad. Sorry, people. But check out this little front panel display. Actually, now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the front panel stuff. We have the little display right there, which is kind of cool. See? We have the drive bays up front. Of course, they're quick release and whatnot, so that's fairly convenient. Floppy drive and a slim optical drive. You do that by just pulling those out, which is kind of cool. It's a TAC. I bet they're both TAC drives, but yeah, it's cool. It's a neat little design. They just stick in there like that. I guess that's the boot drive. Yeah, that would be disk 0, so that would probably be the main boot drive. We have networking indicators. I don't know what that is. Power button, which apparently lights up. A reset or a information. I don't know what that does. Wait, did you see that? Yeah, look at the display. What have I done? And up here we have a PS2 keyboard mouse port, VGA, and a USB. Cool machine, cool machine. Quite loud machine too. I don't really know what I could do with it. It would run a pretty good Minecraft server, I'm sure, so maybe I can look into the future for doing something with it like that. Or something like that with it in the future. I don't know. We're going to have to see where the road takes this machine, but yeah, it's a 2650, and that's a pretty cool machine. I'll let you guys know, because the guy said he's going to bring me some more stuff for it tomorrow, so we'll see what he comes through with. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow.